Hey, Brian, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
So what do you call somebody with no body and no nose?
Nobody knows. It's my dad joke.
uh,
Thank you.
took it from you. Welcome back to Staring at the Ceiling. You guys are fucking disgusting.
These nuts.
Oh.
Yes, we are back in 2020. Thank you for asking.
This is our third one. You just said that.
No,
It's
no,
2022.
no, it's 2020. Anyways, today we're gonna do a little bit of a special episode. We all have our top 10 video games of all time. We got lists right in front of us, and we're gonna go through them. We're gonna judge each other's
It's it's
terrible
not really
taste.
right in front of me. It's not really right in front of me.
Yeah,
Actually.
it's actually like
It's tabbed out. Okay, it's
yeah,
I have
tabbed
it
out.
in my
tabbed
head.
out.
The fucking kill
It's
you.
tabbed out on my other monitor, so I have to look
Right,
down.
right.
I have it in my head.
Basically, we're gonna judge each other's terrible taste, except for mine. Mine is the definitive good taste of the group.
Ass.
Oh,
Nah,
look
I
at
don't
him.
know about that. So we're
Dick
gonna
eating is crazy.
I will
We're-
stomp your head into the concrete if
How-
you say
I-
that again.
Dick
yeah.
eating is crazy.
What we're gonna do? We're gonna each go one at a time. So we'll do like number 10. All of us will do our 10, and we'll go from there all the way till number 1. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I'm number one. Spoiling it.
Yeah. All right, Mitchell, you want to start?
Okay. So
No.
number one, Ryan racing.
That's a pretty
Toy
good
Channel.
one. Hello
I think
Kitty
number
kart
one
racing
for all of
also
us
pretty
is
good.
Barnyard on the GameCube.
Wait, which
Shut
one? Which
your
one number
mouth.
are we starting with?
The greatest
I lost
game of
my
all
head.
time.
We're
I just
starting
wanted
at
to say it.
10.
I
We
just
all
wanted to
agree
say
that
the Ryan.
Barnyard on the GameCube is the greatest game of all time.
Yes,
I'm
shut
saying that.
up.
All right, let's get started.
All right, Mitchell, you want to go first?
No.
Too bad. Go first.
All right. Jay, you go first.
You go first, Mitchell.
All right. Noah, you go first.
What the fuck? All right, I'll go first. No. I was appointed to go first. I got
wow,
this.
you
Man,
just
somebody
fucking me
pick
on
one.
that one?
God damn.
Nah, I
All
got
right,
this.
Noah.
All right. Number 10. I'm starting off with the good shit. I'm getting my Dragon Ball game out of the way. I gotta have one Dragon Ball game on this list. I'm doing Dragon Ball Fusions on the 3DS.
What a fucking idiot. What a moron.
Dragon,
Look.
Dragon Ball
No!
Sagas,
Look,
dude.
okay.
10, bro.
Genuinely
Oh my god.
good game though. Like the only reason I wanted to have a Dragon Ball game on here, and it was either gonna be this or it was gonna be Fighters. I kind of didn't put Fighters on here because I mean, other than like online, I don't really play much else of it. And Fusions is just like a really good Dragon Ball like fan servicey game, and you also get to fuse like everybody, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty good RPG. I'd say if you didn't know Dragon Ball, it'd be an okay game. I think it's really good just because I've watched the show, so it kind of helps a lot with that. But I mean, yeah, I had to have a Dragon Ball pick on here. There's really not much else to say about it. That's why it's number 10.
To play that game.
Yeah, get a 3DS.
I have a 3DS.
You do? I thought you threw it
He
away.
does.
No, I've
No.
had a 3DS. What are you talking about?
I bought
No, he didn't
Fusions.
destroy that. What?
What?
I bought Fusions like a month ago in a store,
Yeah.
along with the other Dragon Ball game.
Yeah, you should play it.
3DS.
I was gonna say, Mitchell did not destroy his 3DS like he destroyed his 360, dude.
That's
was
right.
definitely
It's
different.
360.
That was already broken. That was already broken. Okay.
Yeah, sure it was.
It was, okay, and it got what it deserved when I threw it down the fucking stairs. Okay, so it's fine.
But
Same
no, I
with
mean,
the PSP, that was already broken too. So
no, but Dragon Ball
Mhm.
Fusions is just really cool because I think Dragon Ball Fusions has Super Saiyan 3 Broly in it, and I fused my character with him, and that was just what I had the whole game. And my guy was just super jacked with the Super Saiyan 3 hair. It was dope. But I mean, you can make fusions like Beerus and Goku, like
Yeah.
all that kind of cool
It
stuff.
just has like a bunch of Dragon Ball Hero shit, right?
Not really much Dragon Ball Heroes. It just has like Dragon Ball Z, GT, Super.
abominations on the god.
It's fantastic. I love the game. But like I
Can
said,
you choose everyone, or are there limits?
so your character can fuse with anybody. But when it comes to like characters fusing with characters, there is a limit. Like, Pan can only fuse with so many people. I think Goku has a ton of fusions, but he can still only fuse with so many people. So like the characters
Yeah.
have limits, but your character has none.
Mm.
So I still think it's pretty cool though. Yep. All right, Brian, what's your number 10?
All right. So, just a warning, you're going to hear the words peak fiction throughout this.
Mhm.
All right.
So
Number
incorrect
10 is,
statements. Got you. Got you.
Shut the fuck up, I'll smash your head on the concrete. Number 10 is Sekiro, because this game actually lives in my fucking head rent-free, unironically.
That
Uh,
that is one of the games I thought was going to be on yours. I was like, they're gonna put Sekiro on that list. You love that game.
I do. I was debating something else with it, but I was like, nah, I have to. I'll think about that game, and I'll be like, that's peak. It genuinely probably has like the best final boss in any fucking game I've played, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Like,
Ishin is amazing. It's a great boss.
yeah, Sword Saint Ishin is actually fucking peak. He's actually
peak.
peak fiction. Someone like the even like people complain about the levels in that game, but even the levels are like fucking. They're
The
like
levels-
fine. They're fun.
The
No.
levels are fine. I mean, it's
Yeah.
fine. I don't have an issue with it. As a lot of people do,
Yeah.
but
I
I
feel
don't
like the enemy variety is pretty big enough to where like I can keep enjoying the levels because every area pretty much has a different enemy. Even if they're like kind of repeaty, like it's like fine, you know.
yeah, I think it's fine.
The levels are kind of like arenas from what I've realized playing it multiple times, where like they're mostly wide open spaces that give you a lot of room for like multiple play styles, which is really cool. Like they're set up like levels, but they're really not. They're just like big open areas, and then they like fucking put you on a path into another big open area, which like is really
Yeah.
good for fleshing out the mechanics and shit because it lets you use everything. But
Yeah, it's really good. A lot of people were disappointed because it wasn't an RPG, but as long as you've got your like expectations like in the right spot, I think it's a fun
I
experience.
like being a ninja and cutting down people.
Well, yeah,
Right,
that too.
of course, of
But-
course.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
But yeah, like I can get it. Like if you're coming off the Souls games and like you really like the build aspects, like I like that about like Demon Souls.
Mhm.
But like yeah, you have to go in the Sekiro with completely different expectations. Like you cannot go into it thinking it's gonna be a fucking like Souls game.
Yeah, I
'cause
mean, I haven't played Sekiro yet, but from what I've seen of it, it looks pretty good.
It's
It
the
is.
biggest departure.
yeah, it's good. It's really
Like, it's
good.
really,
I like
it's
it.
like a really solid game.
Yeah.
You'd probably like that one too, Noah, because it's really combat focused and it's more focused on like it's kind of like a rhythm game of like parries and counters. And shit.
Well,
It's really fun.
For me, with the Souls games, I enjoy the combat. It's when you go into the RPG mechanics of those games. It's when they have like a lot of their faults, like with how upgrading weapons can be, and all the different mechanics behind that, and the different elemental stuff. That's all kind of weird and not done like perfectly with those games to me. So if you have a game where it has that combat and you leave a lot of the RPG elements out, I feel like I would like it.
It'd
sounds
probably
good.
be more tailored to your taste, though. Less numbers.
Yeah.
Less numbers,
It
more
would-
vroom
less
vroom.
numbers. Less numbers, Noah.
Yeah. You would probably like Sekiro at least like in your top 3, to be honest.
Yeah,
Knowing your taste.
I could see Sekiro being one of my favorites. I don't know. I'll get around to it eventually, but as long as sword goes slash, I'm good.
Yeah. See, I like the RPG mechanics of like Demon Souls and shit a lot. Because they give you a lot of fucking like variety for builds and shit. It feels like a D&D kind of fucking thing, and I like that a lot. But
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. But I also like Sekiro and the way it goes down to. I'm a
Yeah.
fan of both.
yeah, but Sekiro just lives in my head rent free. Because I'm like, that game, that was peak fiction. So it beats all of the other play. Just goes on there.
Man, if Peak Fiction is number 10, I'm wondering what the other 9 are in your list.
Demon Souls is right there, by the way. It's like right there, but Sekiro just edges it out.
I wouldn't say Demon Souls is like a top 10. It's like right there. But then, World
Demon
5 comes
Souls
in and
is
then it
really fucking
It's really,
good.
it's really good.
Demon Souls. If Demon
It's
Souls is a
really
chart, it goes up and it goes up, and then World 5 comes in and it just like tanks.
And it's Kinography.
Kino.
never.
Let's
I'll
save
argue
this
this to the
discussion
day
for
I
later.
die.
Let's say that
Yeah,
we
well,
might
we'll
have.
go back into that.
Yeah, well, yeah, we might roll back into that.
Oh,
eventually.
yeah.
Another episode or later, you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
who
right,
knows? Who
So,
knows?
but Sekiro, your top or your number 10. All right, Jay, you wanna
That's
go
my
next with
number
your 10?
No, why did you pick the black guy next? Why don't you pick yourself?
Yeah, why not?
You already did it.
I already
You already
did
did it.
mine.
Yeah, his choice was between the black guy or the other black guy. So
Exactly.
I don't-
Yeah.
it's pretty
Yeah. What a fucking
fucking racist. That's
Oh
crazy.
my
Wow.
god.
Hey, Jay.
Oh, wait, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna cheat because I feel like cheating, and you're not gonna do nothing about it. I'm just gonna say Super Robot Wars in general. It's hard to pick one because
Damn.
there are
Damn, really?
Wait, are those
Yeah.
the tactical RPG games?
Yeah.
yes.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
The Band Presto ones, yeah.
Yes.
You know when I first got into it, it was like, oh yeah, I played Project Cross Zone, which is like this similar devs, and it's like, oh yeah, a bunch of enemies. It's not really strategy. In real talk, it's not really strategy. It's more just brute force in most missions. But the older games actually do implement strategy into it, like really hard. It is weird. Some games are hard, some games are not. But it just the stories. Like I know it's like they're combining stories, but the stories are always interesting when they combine, especially like when they have like the continuations. Like they have like the Z series, where Z1, Z2, and Z3, and Alpha Gaiden, Alpha 2, and Alpha 3. Just the characters. That's why I say it's hard to pick one because there's so many franchises that you like that I got into thanks to this game, and they're all cool. Like Ray Earth is only in T and 30, but it's not in another one that's really cool, like Alpha Gaiden or Z. It's just the characters too. Like even the OG characters, just like it's just raw. Like I know it's just the animations, but like
Right.
it's just fucking like you get someone like Singers like Zonvo, and this dude is like on a horse, like on a robot horse, like coming in like a fucking knight, swinging his sword like in this fucking circular motion and screaming, and he fucking just like and then it just managed to hit the opponent. He catches him in the fucking air and cuts him in half. Like it's just some of the rawest shit you ever seen. Like and like when you see attacks, it just makes you want to scream out the name. You know, like you know, I was playing as
Yeah.
Miles Inger, Z, and I just had to scream out. And I was using the move about to kill this enemy, and all of a sudden I couldn't control myself. I just had to scream out like "Crystal Fire," something like that. And then
Yeah, and the children got scared at you at the park you were playing at.
I wasn't playing in the park. But it's just and then it got me into Getter Robo, which is like one of the rawest things imaginable. Like it's so many things. Like it's crazy how they combine the story, like the plot of Z, where they have this this one obscure ass series. Like you think it'd be like a bunch of like popular stuff, but like the catalyst for like one of the biggest like sub franchises in the franchise is this obscure series that got canceled at 35 episodes. Like, and it's like this space time bomb that gets like blown up that combines all these worlds together with different like different cultures and stuff and different kingdoms. So they have to like deal with those fusions and fixing the worlds and stuff. And then also there's this thing where the hopes of the people are like the hopes of people come into play. They try to fix like the universal break, and then the Black History comes into play from Eternity Gundam because that's what's created if everything goes wrong. And it turns out it's this cycle where it's this being like called like Taji, the Great Will. It's just like this like faceless being who's controlling everything. And basically the Paradigm City from Big O is is like the area where after the Black History starts, people stay there, and then it resets and it goes back up. And it's a cycle that keeps repeating. They're trying to stop that cycle, but you can get a bad ending in the game where you're in the cycle and it repeats, and it's just really dark. And like this is the thing, like they just do stuff that other crossover games don't do. Like they're not afraid to have alternate endings where characters die, and they save characters. It's just a bunch of cool stuff. And like coming from like the Jump crossover games, or like I mean, y'all seen Jump Force, man.
Jump Force.
Yeah.
Epic. Yes.
We'll have
Even,
a podcast about
Dude,
that one
Jump
one
Force
day.
is so good. I haven't
Even
played
in J
it.
Stars, like the story is just like, oh yeah, everyone's come together and like there's some like rando. It's a tournament, but there's some like rando evil force that's not even a character. It's just.
But you see, Jump Force's story mode and in-game dialogue got me Goku going Jotaro, so you know it wins.
You
But
know,
yeah, but that's what I mean. But there's so much. It could be doing so.
Yeah,
much
there's
more.
barely anything. I'm fucking yeah.
Like I know. They could just. It's so much more they could do. Like they could. Like I mean, I know it'd be hard to combine the stories, but they could do it. They can do it for a while. Where if you got series that are like apocalyptic with series that are super lighthearted, you can combine that together, you know, and make something cool. And then, like I said, the animations and just the screaming and you just get really, you know, hot blooded. It's just it's an awesome series. But that's number 10.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly have no idea what you're talking about. I've barely seen these games, so but I
I'll
trust
say
you on that.
it's interesting for people that don't know why he put everything together. Every game in that series obviously has different mechanics as time goes on and shit, and like, but they all kind of blend in with each other. So like, you can just kind
there
of say
are a
you
lot
like
of
all
them.
of them.
Yeah.
There are a lot of them.
Yeah,
They basically
Yeah,
released
like-
everything nowadays.
And also, it's like it's
Yeah.
different. I can't say like. I mean, I still have to fully play through them all, which I haven't because there's so many. Because 30 got me into it, but like.
Yeah.
I like when I like sit down and play that. I play them for a long time. It also got me rewatching the GOAT, Gundam Wing.
Ugh.
Yeah, cry about it.
We are
Ugh.
not
Bitch.
having the Gundam debates that you guys have
We're
daily.
not having
on
I
I
didn't
here.
know
I'm not doing
We're not
anything.
having
that.
I'm not doing
Save
anything.
that for when
I'm not
I
doing
watch
anything.
Gundam.
I'm
We're
not doing
not
anything.
having. the
God,
debate.
I will not be
I'm just
here for
saying-
the Gundam episode.
I'm not saying
that shit's
anything.
gonna be
I'm just
crazy.
saying.
Yes, you
that-
will. Yes, you will. You will
I
be
am
here.
not
You will
watching
be
Gundam,
present.
nor do I want to be here for a
You'll be
conversation
present.
about something I don't
You'll be
watch.
Also,
You
another
will be
thing
present.
was like Ava. I forgot to mention that like they make Shinji like badass, but it makes sense because he's like surrounded by people who actually like care about him. You know,
Yeah.
like people who boost him up. Like Koji's his best friend. Ryoma's like his actual father. While Gendo's sitting there being like a bitch, like he always is. But it's just a bunch of cool. It's like it's a fan service, but it's done in the right way, where it's an actual good game. And like the only reason why I mix it together because there's just so many series spread across. Like I will put 30 up there, but 30 doesn't have Ava, you know, and 30 doesn't have this or that or Gurren Lagann. It doesn't have those series, but this game does. But this other game does, and it's mixing maps are all pretty good.
All
I
right.
just wish a lot of them had English patches because I'm so deep in now that I have to like look at the guides for these Japanese only.
That's
would be-
rough.
That's how it be.
All right, Mitchell,
Well,
let's get into your
Time for
list.
Mitchell. It's time for old Mitchell to get in here.
This is pretty. Okay, this is pretty.
I
pretty
already,
late on-
I could probably
pretty
predict
far
half
up on
of
the
Mitchell's list. I could predict.
Okay,
half of
okay.
Mitchell's
What's
list.
this? What's this?
I don't
Guess.
know.
We're gonna
I
have
don't
you
know.
guess
I
for each
don't
one.
know the
Oh,
order.
we're gonna have you guess for
but
each
I
one.
know
Now you
what's
started
there.
talking. You started talking. Guess.
Okay, number 10, a Total War game, maybe.
I played one Total War game. What are you talking about?
Look,
Yeah,
I
Total War
know
is
some, but they're not going to be number 10, so I'm not going to
I
guess
played
them
like
now.
one.
It
I
just
played like
what?
one
Okay,
Total War
what is number 10, Mitchell? What is it?
Minecraft. It's
What
Minecraft.
the fuck?
It's
Hey.
Minecraft.
Oh
It's
shit!
I
Minecraft.
was
Hey.
not expecting that. I'm gonna be
Minecraft.
honest.
I was
Minecraft.
expecting it somewhere.
Is number 10. Yes. it
Oh
is.
my god! Please, please
Minecraft, the game that
tell me
changed
why.
generations. Okay, still strong to this day. Okay, to
Yeah.
this day.
Right,
Okay,
right.
an icon, legendary. It's Minecraft. All right, and it's at my number 10 spot because I couldn't think of anything else to put there. But also, I mean, you know, I haven't been feeling the newer updates. So it's gotten moved up on the list. Okay, it's gotten moved. Well, I should say down. All right, progressively of the years have gone by. I've less of a Minecraft player.
Well, I
As
guess
the
it
Captain
helps.
Sparkles and shit have started to leave us.
I guess
You
it
feel me?
helps that
Yeah.
in that
Gods
game
have
you
left
can.
Earth and abandoned humanity.
Now we're plagued with
For Satan to
dream.
come.
Yes, Satan.
Well,
You feel
I
me?
guess it helps. I guess it helps in the game that you can go back to previous versions, right? So in case you
You
don't like a
can.
new
And you
update,
can mod. And you
yeah,
can
and you
mod
can
it.
mod the
You
game.
can
So
mod,
in case
yeah.
you don't like a new update, you can always just go back to the old one. So that's a
And
good
if you
thing.
want
about
to
it, too.
if you want to go even further back, like let's say you're nostalgic for the alphas, you can always install the mods that
Yeah.
go even back to like the early dev.
Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Bro, I want to play the tutorial world from the Xbox version again. That shit was fire.
But
That is cringe. Shut up.
What?
yeah,
It had a
Xbox-
cool
Xbox versions are cringe.
castle.
I'm sorry. They're
Look,
cringe. I'm sorry.
I played it as a kid and I didn't have a computer, so I played the Xbox
Yeah, you were
version.
cringe. I'm sorry. It's cringe.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry.
god, what's
I
wrong?
apologize.
Hey, listen here.
Listen,
Real
legally,
Minecraft players were playing
Minecraft-
on
you can use
garbage
your
computers, and you were lagging. All right, like
Listen here,
crazy.
you can use your prejudice. You can against.
I'm prejudiced.
Yeah,
I am
listen here.
prejudiced.
I can
I'll
respect.
admit it. I'll admit it.
Minecraft-
I'm
I can
racist.
respect-
I'm racist against against the console Minecraft versions. I'm racist.
Listen, I can
I'll
respect.
I'll say it with my whole chest.
I
Okay.
can respect the Java version, but I'm not gonna act like I didn't have good memories on a 360 version in the multiplayer. Okay.
Cringe.
Yo,
So,
you wanna
crazy.
no, hold on. You wanna hear hold on. You wanna
dog
hear
on
you wanna
every
hear a
card.
true
I'm dogging on
sin?
it.
Mitchell,
I'm
hold on,
dogging on
Mitchell. You want to hear a true sin? I played the iPhone version at one point.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
I did
It's
disgusting.
actually disgusting.
Gross.
Wow, did you get excited that it has the blue flower?
No, I-
It,
No, I
it
hated
was
the iPhone
so
version.
bad.
When I
No,
played-
so
When I played the
back.
iPhone version, it had creative in the Xbox.
Yeah, no.
version
So
didn't.
back when I played, I played Minecraft on like the App Store when I was in 8th grade because we were one of the schools. This is back before schools got like laptops and stuff. So we were one of the schools. It was like us and like a school in California that was testing having iPads in our school. So we got
Yeah.
iPads and we were allowed to download games. So we would, this is around the time Subway Surfer and stuff was getting pretty big, and everybody was downloading Minecraft. So I had Minecraft on my iPad. It was so shitty. It was really bad.
It's ass.
Mitchell, you want me to bring you back?
Hmm.
Do you remember the web browser version of Minecraft that was official?
I do
Yeah.
remember it.
It was laggy as shit, ran at 2 FPS, but it had servers on, so you can join it and actually have people on it.
Yeah, it fucking lagged. It's ass. I love it.
But it's nostalgic though.
Exactly. It's kenography.
Kenography. The web browser, and like it was free too. So if you were like a poor kid like me and you couldn't get Minecraft on your like fucking shitty computer, you could play the web
Exactly.
browser version. It was
Exactly. Those were the fucking days. Minecraft's fucking heyday right there. Now we live in a dark age. Okay. A dark future.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it is what
I mean,
it is.
Minecraft-
We can only live in our nostalgia, remember it.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Love that. That we can't look forward to the future.
Well, Minecraft's a good game, and I could see why somebody would actually like legitimately put it in their top 10. It's just for me, it's like while it is good, I feel like I get to a point like I play the game for a bit and I'm like I'm bored. I get
Well, that's
bored.
why
pretty
it's
easily.
at my number 10 nowadays. I don't play it as often.
Yeah.
To be real with you.
Yeah.
But
You play
know,
it in your short bursts. That's kind of how it goes.
Yeah, I play it on my short burst when I, fucking buy a goddamn server when everybody agrees to, play on it, and then nobody fucking plays on it.
Listen,
It
I was
fucking
really
expires.
busy, okay?
Uh-huh,
yeah.
I'm playing on it now.
Okay.
Look,
get
I
on
just
it
for-
in the
I
dead
just
of the night,
forgot,
all right?
I'll be
You can't
honest.
say I don't.
Okay, all right, okay.
Hey, I'm a busybody, man. What's supposed
I do. I got
Moving
one
on.
yesterday.
Moving-
All right.
Number 9. Who's starting? Who's starting?
It would be me. All right, number 9. We're getting into some juicy ones. This is where I have to start like ordering them kind of.
I don't
weird.
like you saying juicy. Retract that statement.
Mhm.
Oh no! All right, now my number 9 is
9 Ussy.
Cuphead. Cuphead's pretty good, man. I love Cuphead. I would put it further, but at number 8 through 1 is so. Like I'm gonna be honest here.
It's Cuphead.
I'm gonna be honest. The 1 through 5 was like really hard to order for me. Well, not 1. 1 was really easy, but 2 through 5 was hard, and then 5, 6, and 7 were kind of weird. But Cuphead just kind of had to be at 8. But I honestly wouldn't mind putting it hired. It's a good looking game. It's still one of the best looking games ever. It's really fun. I kind of still agree that the platforming levels are pretty weird, and in a game that's basically meant to be a boss rush. Uh,
I can't blame them. They put it in there last second, and they were
Yeah.
just like, people. They figured like people would complain about content, which I can understand. So they just kind of shoved them in. So like they even acknowledged their doo doo. So I mean,
Yeah, I'm really hoping that the game feels a little bit more full once the DLC comes out, which that's another argument is that the DLC took so long to come out because this game released in like what September of 2017. I mean,
yeah.
like it's been almost 5 years, and the DLC is just now about to come out in June. Yeah, it hasn't come out yet at the time of the recording this, but it's still really a good game. I love the variety in the weapons. I like the bosses, the look of the game, the soundtrack is still amazing. There's really not much. It's a cheap game too. I mean, it's on everything now. It's on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch. If you have a Steam Deck, you can play it portably on that too, which is really cool. It's like there's just nothing wrong with the game that I can really say. The collectibles are cool. It felt good. I completed the game. Like I 100%ed it, and it felt good.
You know what's wrong with the game?
What's wrong, Mitchell?
I'm shit at it. That's what's wrong with the game.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm fucking
What?
dog shit at it.
Mr.
It's Toho
Dark
for white
Souls
people, Noah.
himself is bad at
I-
the game?
You know, they do call me Mitchell Dark Souls.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not good with these
Of
types of
course,
games. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not good at them.
I mean, Cuphead is the
Mhm.
Dark Souls of what the fuck genre? Cuphead?
Can't
Crash
even say it.
It's the Dark Souls of Crash Bandicoot.
It's yeah,
I bet Crash
exactly.
Bandicoot's harder.
You know, Mitchell, I will. You know, you'll get good at fighting games when that One Piece fighting game comes out. Because I'm going to put you through extensive boot camp until you are.
Oh
One
my
of these
god.
days.
The day I see Mitchell get good at fighting, we still need to get him to get Smash because he said he would once Steve came out.
I'm making
Yes,
him.
it's 2 times.
When the
he's-
One Piece game comes out, I'm putting him through the most like intensive boot camp I could.
Well, one of these
I need
days.
to be good at that video game.
Yeah.
One of these days.
But yeah, so Cuphead's my number 9. After this, it's starting to get really big for me. But Brian, what's your number 9?
Number 9.
No, but
I want you to guess, Noah. Guess.
You want me to guess? Are you? No, I can't guess.
Yeah,
Your fucking taste changes all the time. I
Let's
can't.
Take a gander.
I
Take
know
a
I
gander.
know
Take-
like
humor
3
me.
of your games. A KOF game is definitely on there, so I'm gonna guess KOF. One of them.
No, it's Metal Gear Solid 3.
I thought that would be higher.
You see the other game? Okay, so like it's kind of like you my like 9 through 7 can change. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of flexible. I just
Yeah.
kind of listed them in there for 5 seconds. In like 5 seconds. If I did this earlier in the day, Metal Gear Solid 3 would probably be higher. But it's flexible. Just know that 9 through 7 they change depending on the day.
So
Like,
so
they're
let, hold on, let me get this straight before we keep going. Did we all stick to like one game per series when we made this list?
That's what I did to a
depends.
degree.
I did, kind of. Yeah.
Depends on
Yeah,
which
there's some like
series.
flexibility
'Cause
you'll see later.
I
Hey,
honestly
wait, I have a
No, I
question.
did. I did
Got a
stick to
question.
one game per series. What?
yeah,
Besides Mitchell, I'm sorry, Mitchell, but
That's
I mean, like, can we all just like get Smash out the way and just put it like at the top thing?
Oh well, no, we'll
Unless
talk.
I already have
We'll
it.
get to
Fun
Smash. I
fact,
have it on my list.
it's
I'll
not in
spoil that.
mine at all.
That's
So-
wild.
Yeah, because I didn't put it in mine. 'Cause, like, okay, we all like. I mean, we all just is Smash, so we're just gonna have.
Oh no,
it
I totally
aside.
put Smash in my list, and I'll talk
I
about it when we
love
get to
it,
that.
but it's not in mine. So
But we'll
I
get to
wanted
that.
to
But
talk- I wanted to talk about different,
yeah.
but
Yeah, I did too.
Metal Gear Solid 3. So it's peak fiction.
Is
but
every
basically
game here
that
gonna
game
be
is-
peak fiction?
Yeah, if you don't like the words peak fiction, then get out because I'm gonna say it a lot. It's a really engaging game because there is a lot of fucking hidden mechanics and shit, especially with like bosses. Like for example, I'm trying to think which one I should talk about. I'll say the end. That's the classic one. He's not the final boss. He's just called the end. And fucking, he's like you're in a forest, right? And like this boss fight is the epitome of the amount of flexibility and gameplay MGS3 gives you. He's in a forest and he's sniping you, and you can do it the traditional way by like tracking where he's shooting you from and figuring out where he is, going up behind him and shooting, right? Or you could snipe him, Or you could just kind of go guns blazing and try fucking like being a maniac about it. Or you could even set your fucking PlayStation 2's date to 10 years later, so then when you reboot the game, he starved to death and died. So, like, there's a bunch of like shit in that game like that. It's just really fucking cool. And also like the story and everything is just really fucking fun to watch. It's fucking kinography. It's like a James Bond movie.
Mm.
It's just like fucking Metal Gear Solid 3 is just peak fiction. I can't. It's the best Metal Gear game. It's kind of the generic opinion, but I mean, I can't help that it's facts. And it's just really fucking good. It's just a really fucking solid game, and I love it to death.
I
Yeah,
should play those games.
I probably should
You
too. I haven't
should.
gotten to it.
They're really fucking hard. When I got into them not too long ago, they're way harder than I expected. Like I was playing it like DSP until I got better at it. All right, I'm just gonna be upfront about that one. And I still suck at those games. They're like they bust your balls, but they're really good. Like they're worth it. Story alone, even. Like MGS5's kind of even if it was finished, it would be but we'll get into that another day. But like story alone, it's worth it for Metal Gear to get into. It's really fucking. It's just a really solid fucking series.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
Well,
but yeah, that's my
Cool.
number 9.
All right, Jay.
No banana.
No one else has played it in here, so there's
Nope.
not really a discussion. So
No, the most I've
Is
seen
it how
it.
it's gonna be?
The most
how
I've
it's gonna
seen of 3 is that fight that you're talking about. I
Mitchell,
didn't
bro.
even know his name.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you're next.
You're next.
There's also one where you can like he's like a dude that like snakes around in trees and shit, and you can like a way you can beat him is that you can leave poison food. So that game has like survival mechanics with like you can hunt animals for like food and shit and craft food to like get health back and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So you can get tainted food, and you can leave the tainted food in like where he's at, and you can just kind of sneak away and hide, and he'll take the tainted food and he'll like die from shit.
Nice.
Like there's a bunch of shit like that. It's fucking cool.
Got options.
Yeah.
All right, Jay.
Okay, this spot is like for the obscure RPG spot. So it can like change depending on my mood, but like current mood is Grandia 1. I got that game on like the eShop because I watched like a Happy Console Gamer video. He was like geeking out about it. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll play it, whatever. So one day I decided to finally play it, sit down. And at first I wasn't like, whenever you start an RPG, you kind of don't get hooked on it because like, it's the start of it. But it had like an interesting premise. But as I kept going, like I couldn't put it down. Like I would spend like at least 5 hours on it every day, just like doing stuff and listening to the story and stuff. But it felt so different because of like the sense of adventure. I'm a person who don't like. I don't mind like the school stuff. I don't mind it sometimes, but like I prefer like like the futuristic stuff, like the actual adventure, go on an adventure, not like sitting in a school or some shit like that and managing classes and all the days. I don't really care about that unless it's like soccer work, but that's like not even school. That's different than that, which would have gone in this spot too. That's honorable mention, Soccer Wars. But back to Grandia, just like
Sakura Wars. Whoa.
just the like
Well,
the adventure of it. I don't know, man. It's really like a it feels like a Ghibli movie, like the way the story is. It's like you play as Justin, who is trying to be an adventurer, and it starts out as like this kind of is like the typical adventure plot. He's a kid, he goes this trial, but then this thing happens. It's like the girl you're with, which is like so way younger than him. That's his friend. Oh no, his friend or cousin, something like that. Anyway, like the guy that gives you that trial, he's like, you're gonna have to leave her. You want to come a true adventure. He's not even saying it because he's like mean about it. He's just saying it because she's like too young. And he does do it, but then she sneaks on board, right? So it's just like all good for a bit. You meet Fina on the boat to go adventure because you find this like right, it's mapped to the end of the world. Now it's not the end of the world is just a big ass wall. It's not like the actual end of the world, but it's a big ass wall that no one's really been over in a long time. And like the initial goal is to get to the end of the world and go up and scale into the world and climb up it, which is a really long climb. When you do that, that's the main goal. But that is like probably part one of the game, and just in general, the story with the army coming after you, like it's kind of like a typical adventure plot. But as you get deeper, and as you go past the end of the world, it becomes a lot much more thanks to the characters. Just the battle system is really cool. The only annoying part is when the enemies uh, ambush you. You get ambushed, you're pretty much dead if you don't have good items because they just get so many hits in. It's an active battle system except people running around except like it freezes when you have to change your attack. But like people will run around, people will dodge. Are they lucky if people dodge or not? Like I said, the adventure, like exploring the areas, meeting new characters, and then what's cool is that like you have a party of four, but like people will leave. And remember I said like a goal about like how someone had to leave. Well, that person does end up leaving, like because of something that happens. I'm not gonna say what happens, but they end up leaving, and it's a really like heartbreaking moment. But characters will leave, characters will come back, and like you don't really see that because you kind of get the party. It's not like they die. They don't die. They just leave. Like they'll leave, and you have to like get another character, and that character's not even a replacement either. It's just like a different character, and only two people will stay, like for good. Well, three later on, but you just get to like it's like you're actually going on an adventure. You're meeting new people, uh, and then you kind of like leave that area, leave them, and go to the next, continue your journey. I don't know how to describe it. I'm trying to think of a show that's like that, where like it's like those shows. It's kind of like for a while it's like episode. You go to an area, meet a new guy. That guy does some cool stuff. Probably becomes a fan favorite character or something like that. But then they leave, right? I guess like Avatar. 'Cause in the beginning of Avatar, they had a bunch of characters like that. A bunch of episodes like that. Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Except like they will stay longer than that. Only like 50 million characters, but you just don't see that. And the characters are good. The actual environment. So I say it's like a Ghibli movie because the environments. It's 2D sprites with 3D backgrounds, and it's like early 3D backgrounds, which does actually look pretty good in that art style. And this is this weird kind of jungly environments to these alien like temples and stuff. And then once you find out like what the actual villain of the game is, it kind of explains a lot of that. And like I think it's a really cool twist on what the villain really is. I won't say because people are people are watching the video, so I don't want to spoil it. But just know it's an awesome game. And like I played that literally while I was working on my like job or in training because we didn't do shit. So I was just playing that whole time.
Got him.
And
Fucking got him. That's right. Fire him right there. Yep, he was playing games while he was training.
It would do worse. People were doing some freaky stuff while they were admitting that there was freaky stuff in there. But we're not going to talk about that.
The implications of freaky.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that because reasons. But yeah, Grandia is a great game. It's like $20 on the eShop. You get Grandia 2 with it. It's awesome.
Oh, it's on the eShop? Wow.
Yes, that's why I said get it. I mean, you can either get it on the eShop or you can pay $90 for a PlayStation copy.
What? Nope.
$90 sounds like a better deal to me, honestly.
Yeah, no, dude, totally.
I paid a cheaper price for the PlayStation copy because I'm a collector. But like, the regular people out there go get on the Switch. It's the better version. It has the Saturn graphics, English translation, and that's another thing. The English voice acting is cheesy, but it's like that good cheesy. Like it's not. I don't know. I guess it's not like Mega Man. How they dub Mega Man, where like it's just really bad and awful. How it's done. But it's like it's just know it's cheesy, but it's good. It's really good.
Oh, well, cool. Yeah, no, I've only heard the name. I've actually never seen anything about Grandia, so I just kind of have to take your word for it. But yeah,
Videos
no,
on it before.
I trust
but-
you. Yeah, but
And
that
I'm
did
making a video. Oh yeah, I'm making a video on it. I'm making a video on it.
that did remind me before we move on to Mitchell's number 9. I forgot about Mega Man entirely. That is totally gonna be on Brian's list. I just don't know which one.
Nah, I'm just gonna spoil it. I'm not. I look Mega Man. There are a lot of great games in it. It's just that when I combine this list, I'm trying to like give variety. I'm also thinking like what y'all gonna say, so I'm giving like a different variety. That's why I put like Grandy up on there. So
Oh no, I didn't care. I just put my favorites. I didn't care if it was
You'll
gonna be
know which
repeats.
Mega Man.
I didn't put Mega Man on there, but Mega Man would be an honorable mention just in
There
general.
will
Yeah.
okay, so technically there's 3 Mega Man games in the same spot, but we'll talk about that when we get there.
Okay. All right, Mitchell, what's your number 9?
Well, first, no, you have to fucking guess because you started talking shit.
I'm gonna
At this
no.
part,
We're not
you
doing
have
this
to guess.
every
No,
single
you have
time.
to guess. No, every single time.
Fuck.
Every time, guess.
Is it a Souls game?
In a sense.
Number 9
In a
is a Souls game.
sense.
Yo!
In a sense, I know what it is.
Yo,
Is it Neo?
No. I
Shit.
don't know what the fuck you think. No.
Damn.
No, Mitchell.
If a Neo game was gonna be on there, it'd be Neo 2.
I still haven't played
Mitchell.
Neo 2 yet. So.
Okay, I'm gonna guess it. Okay, I'm gonna guess it.
What?
Okay. Hold on. Let me find the name of this game again.
So it's a Souls
is it?
like it's a Souls.
If you're
game,
gonna
like
say
a kind
Slashy
of-
Souls, shut the fuck up.
No, it's not. It's not that. No.
But like it's that genre.
Yes, it was free on PSN. What the fuck?
Oh my god! I know what you're talking about. No.
like- Is it
Fuck.
Lords of Shadow?
N-
What are you talking about?
no.
Oh,
No,
fuck.
that's
I know what
Talking
you're
about
talking
Castlevania game. What
Lord
the
of the
fuck am I
Fallen? Are you talking about?
Yeah,
that?
Lords of the Fallen.
Let me see. Hold on.
I think there was another Souls like.
Yes,
game
it's
that was
Lords of the
free.
Fallen. Your number 9's
Oh,
Lords of the
yes.
Fallen.
No, it's not. I've never played that. And I probably never will. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna pronounce on
The
that.
All right,
Surge 2.
What,
The
what
Surge
is it?
2.
What
but
is it?
it's okay. Pokemon Soul Silver.
Soul.
That
Silver.
oh my god, fucking.
This is really here. Okay, I mean it's a solid game, but it's because of nostalgia mainly. Also because I was gonna have Minecraft at 9, but I was like Minecraft doesn't deserve 9, so I pushed it back. That's basically it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Oh, okay.
It's a solid game.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
it's a solid game.
I'm actually gonna put it here. I had Soul Silver originally on my top 10 back then. It's changed since then, but it is a really good game. It definitely tops the
Because you
material.
became stupid.
No. We'll get to that when we get to it. But like, it has its problems. I think Johto as the region isn't as good, but I can.
No, I
tell
think
it.
it's
Kino,
modern.
No, it's a good region. I'm talking about the setup.
Peak
Like the
setting.
gym leaders are kind of weird, but it's still really good. Like
I
it's,
couldn't
The
even
gym
remember.
leaders are
I couldn't even remember enough.
Kino.
I can't even tell you, but still, it's kinography. Okay, peak.
Yeah.
The scenery, the aesthetics,
The
of Soul
focus of
Silver,
Chinese mythology and shit.
unmatched in another Pokemon game. There is
You
not
want-
a Pokemon game with the kinds of aesthetics. Okay,
You want Soul
that Soul
Silver
Silver is
because
giving you.
Lugia is the best legendary.
Lugia is pretty
Every
Lugia is good.
Probably not my
every
favorite,
Gen
but it's
2
pretty peak.
Pokemon is like aesthetic. I
Yeah,
like them
aesthetic.
a lot.
I like that they actually had all of like Gen 1 through 4 in there, which is pretty cool.
And bro, I was.
Oh yeah, they did in that game.
My coworker was like actually like a big Pokemon fan. He was talking about like his grievances with modern Pokemon. I'm not gonna get into all that in the video, but I just want to say one thing that made
another
Joe
fucking episode.
Soul Silver better or just Silver in general. He was talking about he said I wish they would add like a second region, like after you beat the game, like Silver
Yeah,
had.
don't do that nowadays.
Well,
I
it's-
think they should do that, even if it's just like the same. Like if it's like let's say they put like Sword and Shields region in again or something like that. That would be kind of cool for like the new game to have like a second region to kind of do for post game instead of just like having nothing usually except for a DLC.
It's
that's gonna
crazy
come out.
when they don't do that because they have a region based on France and a region based in the UK. So you could have them pretty close to each other, and that would make sense. So it's weird that they haven't done that.
I mean, yeah, there's a whole host of reasons one could think of why they don't do that nowadays, but we can move on.
I know resource. I know it's hard to do because it's not, on the
Yeah.
on the sprite base, but
I mean,
like
Ooh.
they can
not
do it.
necessarily, but
I have a
also
feeling.
also the release cycles are just way
Yeah.
shorter.
I have a feeling this is gonna lead to a whole ass Pokemon episode, and I can't wait for that because
Yeah.
we can all get involved in that one. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
making a video.
we all have
Man,
wildly
we can
different views on Pokemon right now.
might
I
have
think.
Maybe
there might be
maybe
some
I'll play
opinions about
Gen 8.
Pokemon.
I'm making a video on that too.
It would be
Honestly,
pertinent to play.
honestly,
Arceus
Brian,
or
I
whatever
think at this
for the
point
new-
you should just play Arceus and then wait till Gen 9. I don't think Gen 8's gonna have much for you.
Well, you see, I can pirate it. Is the thing. Just
Well,
I mean,
Yeah,
just to add to discussion.
you know, you can, get your hands on a copy.
We don't say that. We say
yeah,
we sell the high
I
seas.
could legally obtain it.
Of course, yeah. Right.
We
yes,
say we sell
Okay,
the high
but-
We
seas.
both legally obtained Arceus from my friend.
Yeah.
Right.
Let us borrow it for periods of
So
time.
nice.
Right?
so generous.
Yeah, I let
She
you guys
was
borrow
so
it.
nice for that one, right? Like
Yeah,
just letting us
yeah.
borrow it. That was cool.
All right,
Oh,
number
God.
number 8, right?
Okay, this is my Smash slot. I do have a Smash game on this list.
Smash
it-
Brothers.
It was hard.
Let me guess,
'cause,
let
like,
me guess it. Smash
Yeah.
64.
That's the only one I haven't played. But
Tino.
But like
Tino
Melee, Melee's my childhood. It's really good. I like how the unlock system is. Brawl's got subspace, but that's kind of about it. 4 has a lot of good times because that's when I was growing up, and we all kind of watched the reveals and stuff together. But it's got to be Ultimate. Literally, you can't not put Ultimate as the best Smash game. Like, it's got problems. It doesn't have the subspace that Brawl has, but like just the sheer amount of characters, the fact that they figured out the gameplay, made it a good mix of Brawl and Melee with a little bit of 4 thrown in there for flair. It's ridiculous how good this game is. I don't play Smash as much anymore as I used to, but I still love just getting on and playing online. All the characters they added through DLC. I mean, this game's ridiculous. There's literally never going to be anything like it, and to say it's not the best Smash game, I think is just like lying, because like I think obviously you can have your own opinion of what your favorite is, but just like the best one, it's Ultimate. There's nothing. It has decent content. Like World of Light isn't the best in the world, but it's fine. You fight and you have all these little references to games that couldn't be characters. So you'll have all these other
It's the most
series.
fun to play online because of how much shit's in it. Like, astronomical amount of
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, you have like over 100 stages and almost 100 characters.
Yeah, and even then, let's say you play with items, for example. There's so many fucking items, including assist trophies and shit. It's
Right.
Yeah.
Like
And,
all the different music tracks too. Like the amount of music in this
all
game
the
is
music.
absolutely
You could
crack.
use. No, I would never do this in my life, but it's crazy. They started this with 4 a little bit, but it got solidified with Ultimate because how much music was in it. Like, you could use Smash Ultimate as an MP3 player essentially and get a wide variety of game soundtracks because it has basically everything you could have. Even for like series that don't have characters that are third party, they have music in that game. Like,
Yeah,
it's insane.
it's
the
absolutely
bro,
crazy.
Batson Kaitos. I wish that guy was. I wish freaking Claude was a character, but Batson Kaitos has music in that game.
Well,
Like, they just put
we'll
a bunch
talk
of
about
shit.
this. Yeah, we'll talk about this video game later. But Samurai Showdown got 2 remixes. Fucking game. It only had Mikasa.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like
SNK got 50 fucking remixes, bro.
that was
50
crazy.
fucking remixes.
I feel bad for Sonic because like it was like the composers got to choose what they wanted to make, and Sonic barely got anything, and all the composers, including Sonic composers, went to Mega Man and Castlevania. So
I don't
Yeah,
know what's
it
going on.
really sucks, the Sonic
apparently, like,
representation
I don't
there.
know, Sega. I'll say this: Sega is really like the licensing for certain songs was really weird with Sega. The Rush soundtrack has been taken down with no explanation. It has not been put back up. There was a Rush song in Smash before, but it's not an Ultimate anymore. So I mean I don't know if it's like a rights thing they didn't do it because they didn't do it because Final Fantasy didn't get another one either. And I'm pretty sure they wanted to work on Final Fantasy music because they did when they had a chance. But in the initial release, Final Fantasy had no remixes. So like I'm pretty sure there were just certain series where they just couldn't. I don't know why Sega wouldn't let them remix it because like I mean like, just let them do it. But they tried then they gave us what they gave us, it does feel like I don't know. It feels like I don't even want to complain because like it's it's too much to really complain about. But I will say on the Sonic side, when you like compare it to what Mega Man got, and what Pac Man got with the Pac Maze, that like his stages and the music. Well, the music selection is good, but the stages where it's just two green hills and that's pretty much it. Is
Yeah, I
that
mean,
kind of lackluster comparison?
all I'll really say to really solidify Ultimate's spot in like top tens is when you can have a video game where Sora from Kingdom Hearts fights Steve from Minecraft, you know you have one of the greatest games ever made in your
See that
hands.
that happens, then people will still like complain. I saw like Nick All Star stuff, and then people I was just looking at like what people thought about the trailer, and I saw somebody. Of course, it was a Shantae profile picture, and they were like, see this they actually put in what people wanted on like Smash, and it's like, bro, they put in Sora, bro. I don't want to
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
hear
put
it.
in
the last
Sora. They
character
went
was
through the
fucking
loops.
Sora. Like,
I don't know. People are still so salty. They
I'm
just prove
sorry,
that
you know, like
no matter who they added, they could have added anybody, and they can keep adding people. If they kept adding people, people would just still complain no matter what.
you know
Because
what's like crazy about it? The people who got what they wanted, right? Like, let's say they put Shantae in, and that Shantae person's really happy. They would still go like, you know, how much
but I
level
want
is in this
this.
game? You know, like
Yeah,
we're gonna do
I'm not
that.
gonna lie. Like, I still want characters like Crash and Ryu, but like Ryu Hayabusa, but like I don't know.
This
I'm not
game is
convinced.
like it's pretty peak even without
Yeah.
them. Like to be
I don't
honest,
yeah,
know
I
how
mean,
you
it's
can
just
you can't look at this roster and say you don't have one character you like. You can't look at this roster and say that none of the characters are what people wanted. You really can't because you can name like there's like four newcomers,
yeah.
bro. You can't.
yeah.
People are just tweaking.
I mean,
It's just like
the game just feels really good.
yeah,
It's so good. It looks really
Yeah.
good. It's probably one of the best looking Switch games, I'd say, just because
yeah.
it fits all these different people together into the same
Looks
style
so
and it
good that the
works.
menus start to lag. Just let the carrots. In.
Yeah, no, that's definitely like, technically this game just cannot keep up with the amount of content that's in it.
Yeah,
But no,
which is
it's
understandable.
yeah,
That's
but
probably why they stopped adding characters. I think that's why because they just like I'm pretty sure they're reaching the limit.
yeah.
I think
You
they're
don't
already
want to make the
pushing
game
the limit
unstable.
No,
because they're like
this
a
game
100 some stages, bro.
this game automatically goes from a 10 out of 10 to a 9 out of 10 just because they took out fucking Fire Mario as an alternate outfit. How do you
It took out Black Yoshi.
How do you leave Fire Mario
Yeah,
out
you
of
know, like
it
Super
as
Mario Logan created that
classic?
character.
Okay.
And forget Fire. They took out freaking Black Yoshi, bro. That's oh my god. That's
Yeah.
representation
Bob Mitchell
lost.
didn't comment
Racially
on
motivated.
Super Mario Logan.
Yeah, no, I think
Why would I comment on that? Why would I comment on that?
Because
Why
I
the
made
fuck would
you
I care
watch those
about that?
videos. I made
I
you
do
watch them.
not care. I do not care.
I made you watch them.
I do
I
not
made
care.
you watch his really racist Black Yoshi videos amongst all of his other ones that
That's
are like
true.
terrible.
That is
I
true.
did make you watch them, so I figured you would be like in on the lore a little bit, like you would be in on the joke, like you'd be like,
No.
yeah. You know, like they're right. You know, like Black Yoshi,
No.
like Super Mario Logan. That's really funny. You know, like I'm
No.
gonna laugh. I'm gonna like congratulate them on that joke.
I'm
But
not.
you know, you just left me hanging there. I'm really upset. Move on to the next.
anyways, yeah, so
I'm fucking mad.
I think Smash gets exemplified.
Move
It's
on.
just it's really good. It has some problems, but yeah, no, number 8, I think it deserves
Mitchell
it.
pissed me off. Move on.
Prime, what's your number 8?
What's my number 8?
Yeah.
Fire Emblem Awakening.
Hey, that's a good one.
There we go. Kino.
In fact, no, I'm gonna do this right now. I'm gonna do this right now. We're just gonna combine it. My number 7 is Fire Emblem Awakening.
Cheater.
So
Wow.
if Brian's gonna talk about it right now, I'm gonna circle right back to it. Wow.
They're gonna
Look,
take up more space.
If
It's gonna be like-
Brian's
for
gonna
us
talk
two,
about no
you skip.
if Brian's gonna talk about it, there's no reason to come
Racially
back to me.
motivated.
That's
They're too
exactly.
How
black-
about this?
two
though?
black
How about this?
speakers.
We'll save it for when you say it at 7. Okay, we'll say.
Yeah,
but
we'll
I
say
will
it.
say, I think it's my favorite 3DS game. Period. So
Yeah, I can believe that. All right, yeah, we'll come back to it. Though we'll circle back and
Come
we'll
back.
both talk about it. All right, Jay, what's your number 8?
My number 8 is Dragon Quest 11. Yeah, I put 8. I mean, it can be between 11 or 8 or 7. Between those three. I'm gonna just say 7. I'm gonna say 7. 11's pretty good. They're pretty good, but like 7 is what like I don't know. 7 is still big. It has the same thing with Grandia, where like there's adventure feel, but there's more mystery to it. So essentially, you start out as like the only island in the world, right? And they're like these expeditions. Your dad's a fisherman. And they go out to like find like fish and try to find another island. There's no island in the world. Um, so you end up the prince's son Kiefer. That's a dumbass name, by the way. He fucking
Weaver.
yeah. He is venturous. Y'all find this like temple, and it's like this temple that can send you back. That sends you back in time, and it sends you back when they have a stone tab. It sends you back in time to Marbell's there too. Is another character, but it sends you back in time to an island that was there. And you solve it. And it's like the episode when you solve the problem on the island, you fix it, and you go back. But it's really, I like the story of it a lot. It's really dark in like a good way. I like the games where they like come off as like lighthearted at first, and they have like these dark undertones in them or dark things in them. I like those more, just like something try to be just like dark to be dark. I like those too, but it's really only it hits different here, man. Uh, so because of that, what happened is like for instance, one you go back in time, right? And this village has been petrified, right? Like everybody in the village is petrified. And normally in these type of stories, you'd be like, okay, well, we're gonna go like fight the dude and like free the people, right? Well, you go talk to these people, and the game just like, yeah, they're like you don't see it in game because it's on the 3DS. I'm not gonna show like the detail of it, but they're been withered away so much because there's like dark. It's like a dark sky too. It's like so creepy. The music's so sad. Uh, it's a dark sky. The fucking people are stoned and they're like like some of them are chipped away. Like basically, if they were to get revived, they wouldn't be alive because they're that damaged and that withered away by like the storm and shit. Right? There's like one dude, one old guy, just living there, right? And he's just like fucking. He's like giving up all hope. He's been sitting there for years, and you find out that he went to the forest to get this rose for this girl he's gonna marry, but the petrifying rain hit his town, and he's been like that for years. You see like a younger version of him too. So it's just really fucked. And to keep in mind, there's no enemies on this in this island at all. Like that's the cool thing about it. Sometimes there's just no enemies. Like you just try to look at, like you gotta explore and stuff. You find these tears, and sometimes you go to the future or to the present, then back to the past. You turn to the present and go back to the past to like solve an issue. But it's these like tears you pour, right? And tears, in the tears, hold on.
You lost your footing on that one. Yeah.
Oh, text. Hold up.
Nah, but
Sorry.
I genuinely like with Dragon Quest. I honestly expected Dragon Quest to be higher for Jay because he will never
Well,
shut
it's
up
because
about Dragon
I
Quest.
have to push everything above it. But what ends up happening, I'm sorry, I keep like stuttering too. But you get these tears, and it unpetrifies everybody, and of course, everybody just dies. They just wither away. Like there's no one left except for the old guy. All right, and then the side clear, everything's happy or supposed to be happy, but everybody's dead. And then you see like a kid come out, and the kid fucking the kid is like alive. Like nothing's wrong with him because he was inside. He's the only one inside, like in this village when that happens. And then the old man gets hope. And you go into the future or the present, and the old man, obviously in the future, you're so far. The present is so far from the past that whoever's in the past is already dead because they old age and stuff like that, right?
Mhm.
But you see it transform to like this like ranch for like friendly monsters and stuff, and someone's running it, and like the town was used for good at the end of the day, and it's really cool how that happens. And then at some point you find out you find the monster that's doing the petrifying, and it's like this weird looking dude. You just kill it, but it's kind of messed up how all that stuff was happening because of one monster, and like it's constant. There's this constant mystery of like how are these islands all in turmoil, and why were they sealed off? Because they get unsealed off once you free them. But as you free them, monsters start coming into the present, and then like it starts. You're kind of making it worse for the present than it already was, because now there's monsters everywhere and other people's problems because all these islands are appearing and stuff like that. It's a really interesting story. It's also like 100 freaking chapters. Like I mean, not chapters, 100 freaking hours, over 100 hours. It's really good.
Maybe I'll go back to it now that I've got the fucking.
Wait, you played Dragon Quest?
Edition a little bit.
Yeah,
that was Dragon Quest 7. It's not Dragon Quest 11.
Yeah, not 11. Yeah, no, I mean, I've been.
Yeah,
I said I played it a little bit. What?
No,
talking about
okay,
7?
never mind. He was talking about Dragon Quest in general.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what,
you
that's
should
what-
now 11 has some pretty dark, really dark moments. But you'll play it and see.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've been interested in playing Dragon Quest. I have 11 complete sitting on my shelf. I just haven't gotten to it yet.
You should play Dragon Quest. If you're watching this video, play Dragon Quest, please.
Jay gonna promote the Dragon Quest agenda.
Play like one of the most successful RPG series.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Mitchell, what you got for us? Number 8. We got.
Yes.
Ah, my fucking god, we're doing this.
You started it. Mark. You
GTA
started
5
it.
has to be on there. GTA 5.
No, what the fuck?
Damn.
No.
Why would he pick GTA
Yakuza.
5 as his favorite?
Yeah, no. GTA 5 would not be on there. No. GTA. Yeah, fuck no. Yakuza. 5 or 7. Either.
God, I knew a Yakuza game was gonna be on there. I just didn't know where.
Yakuza. Pretty solid. Yakuza 7's a fucking baller ass RPG. Following the.
Baller with like a lot of like it was like an old man trying to figure out like a word to say that's like hip.
Okay, yeah, well, I get to say it, all right. All right, I get to say
Pretty,
it, all right.
pretty hype game, as the kids say.
It's pretty fucking.
You're Steve Buscemi
radical.
right now with like the fucking skateboard.
Yeah, suck my ass. Okay, suck my fucking ass.
Listen, we're the age
You
now.
are
We're
the
age
old.
now,
You
right?
are the
All
oldest
these
one
like
here.
kids saying like
So.
goofy and shit, dude. They're saying
Buy a
goofy.
couple of months.
How
Buy
do
some
you-
months.
How you do, fellow kids? This game is
Buy some
radical.
The days are ticking. You're gonna be 23 very soon.
Listen, I already feel it. The fucking like 18-year-olds that I know, they fucking talk completely different. I feel like Steve Buscemi. All right. Anyways, continue on the Yakuza.
The Yakuza 7's really fucking solid. It's a great fucking shot at. Yakuza was basically already an RPG series, to be real with you. Okay, they were basically already RPGs, just with like beat 'em up combat. But yeah, Yakuza 7's like fucking probably the most solid game out currently. It definitely fucking iterated on a lot of the shit they were already doing. Yakuza 5 is probably like my favorite of like the beat 'em ups. I just like the fucking like movesets mainly. Of all the characters, a lot there, like Kiryu and like Seijima probably feel like the best they've ever felt in any of the games. Maybe like some people might prefer Zero's in terms of Kiryu's moveset, but I like the fucking oh shit. I can't believe I'm fucking blanking on it. Tiger Drop.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great. I played them like 2021, all of them. Outside of the original 1 and 2.
Oh, you didn't play the one with English dub with Mark Hamill's Majima. It's fucked up.
Yeah, no, I did not do that.
How dare you?
But yeah, no, it's pretty fucking solid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I played
All right.
Yakuza. I played Yakuza Kiwami. And that's the only Yakuza I've played. But I could definitely see somebody putting one of the Yakuzas on here.
I like a dragon because Ichiban is me in real life.
Ichiban's the one with the afro, right?
I'll say something like really mean. Well, I'll
Say it. Say it. No, say it. Say
No,
it.
I'll
Don't
say
be
it
a
for
coward.
later.
Say it now. Say it now. Say it now. Don't
But-
be a coward.
No.
Ichiban is the new
I'll save it for
protagonist.
later.
Okay,
Say it. No,
he's
say it.
afro
Say it
one,
now. say
I
it
gotta
now.
save it for a better time. A podcast is not the time to say.
No.
No, it's a good time. I don't want to hear it. Don't say
No,
something like that. You're
no,
not prepared
no,
to say it.
no.
No, number 7.
Okay, so yeah, so like I was saying before, number
Back to your
7.
Fire Emblem before you,
Yeah.
you know, when you were gonna skip us.
So-
You feel me?
Look,
Yeah.
there was no
This is
point to
back to
keep
the
it there.
bus,
There was no point to keep it hidden because if
Start
Brian's
it,
going to talk
start
about
it,
Fire
start it. It's too
Emblem,
late.
there's
It's too
no
late
reason
already.
for it
Start
to come.
it. Start it now.
back-
Start
oh
it
my
now.
god. Okay, so Brian,
All right.
You said your number 8 was Fire Emblem, and that's my
Yeah,
number
my number 8
7.
is Fire Emblem.
So we can have a little jerk off session for talking about Fire Emblem, right?
Yeah, Fire Emblem Awakening specifically.
Yeah.
That game is peak.
It is the best Fire Emblem.
The class systems and how customizable they are peak. I
And,
like
like-
making Tharja a Dark Troubadour or whatever it's called,
Right.
and where she's on the horse, and then she regains health every time she hits someone with magic, so she's like really busted. You
It's
could just make
fantastic.
everyone busted as shit.
You
It's
can
amazing.
break this game so hard. Dude, what's funny is the two characters I love messing around with are Donnie and Olivia, because they're two
Yeah.
characters that you look at and you're like, they're not anything special. And then you can just
Right.
jack them up and they're ridiculous.
Yeah. Olivia's dancer class in general, like any of her shit that comes with dancers, anything that gives you like the free turns and shit from that is like fucking busted.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
like theoretically, right? You could have Crom, who like naturally, you don't even have to try to make him. He'll naturally be busted. All right. Like you could just have Crom do 2 turns. Crom basically instant kills fucking bosses.
Right.
So like she's busted.
But yeah, no, I mean, with Fire Emblem Awakening, it's like, I mean, the story's basic. It's just how Fire Emblem is, but it's still got good moments. The
Yeah.
characters are
Fire
really
Emblem's like
good.
Dragon Quest, where it kind of like does.
Yeah,
shit.
the story's not really that important, but like the characters are just like
Well, I
this
mean,
game.
It's important Dragon Quest, but it's like it's more like basic RPG kind of.
Yeah, but it's like most Fire Emblems, I look at it and I'm like, I like these characters, and then these I don't really care for that much. But most of Awakening's cast, I'll say I care for, except maybe
I like
the
a lot
odd
of
one or
them.
two.
I like a lot.
Yeah,
They're all fucking fun. All the support conversations, from what I remember, are really good in that game.
hmm
I like that. What's that one like stoic dude that's like the fucking? He has like the short hair. You get him near the.
Talking about the one that everybody forgets is even there. Talking about
Yeah,
Callum.
yeah,
You're talking about. I think his name's Callum.
No, not that guy. Not the dude in the orange armor. I forgot he existed. He's like the one I'm talking about. Is like the cool one. Hold on.
God,
But
no,
like
don't.
I like his and Tharda's fucking support conversations a lot. It's really cute. Hold
Yeah.
on.
I like the idea
Long-
of the. I like the idea of the kids. Manju, I don't remember him. He's probably one of
Yeah.
the characters that I didn't care for too much.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
he,
this
is he
game
the
brought
mage
back
guy?
the kid system from Genealogy, the Holy War and shit.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I think Genealogy had it. I'm rusty on Fire Emblem right now, but like, and they did the kid system really well. People get really mad about like the haha dating shit, but it's cool. It's pretty peak. Fire Emblem just kind of, it's cool when it's in that direction. Fates is kind of weird with it. We'll talk about that on like another podcast. But I like Fates, but it has problems. To
Yeah.
sum that up.
I really
Um,
I like the personalization. Like if you put two certain characters together, the kid has like different colored hair and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I
I also
love
like how
that.
Crom can cuck you in that game.
Oh my god.
Do you remember that? And like the first
Yes.
5 chapters, like he can get Sully, Olivia. There's like a few others, but if you're not careful and you don't know about it, he will cuck. Like
It's so bad, but so funny, dude. But like a lot of the maps in this game are really good too, because like Fates and like
Yeah.
Three Houses and all that, they have like some maps are just fucking bad. But like
remember the
Awakenings
wind
are,
one and Fates where like
Oh
it
my
pushes you up
God.
and shit.
I
That one
don't want
sucked.
to talk about that.
That one was so bad.
Dude, Fates had
That
some
one
bad
sucked.
maps, man.
But like Awakening, yeah, like there's not really a map. Like there's like because it's Fire Emblem, right? There's like 30 chapters, so like there's obviously going to be some maps where you're just like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's just there. You
Right.
fought enemies and you fucking beat it. But like there's not really bad maps. There's not.
Yeah,
It's
no, I
fine.
mean, it's just like you could tell that this was gonna be the last Fire Emblem because they just put everything into it. Like they made
They made a
everything a banger.
They
Like
made it absolute bang.
the
They
only
haven't been able to top it since. in modern
Exactly.
Fire Emblem.
like the
It's
only problem
insane.
I will say I like that after Awakening they kind of games would implement a thing where like weapons wouldn't really break most of the
Yeah,
time,
that is
and I
neat.
like that. The weapon breaking system, I'm not a big fan of. That's probably the only real negative I can say about the game because
I
it's
feel like
just
they
so
give
good.
you enough in-game currency and shit to buy weapons and all that pretty frequently, so it didn't really matter to me. And
Yeah,
usually, like when you get into the later half of the game, you're usually instant killing everything besides bosses, which take like a few hits. So I mean, like it's not too bad, but
yeah. I don't like having to worry about it. I like when Fates and like future games after that just made it so you don't really have to worry about it. But I mean, it's nothing that
yeah.
kills the game for me.
Yeah, I think the thing with Fates, they kind of had to do it for Conquest, because the way Conquest is old Fire Emblem and shit, where you can't grind. So, like, I guess that was their like set, like, hey, your weapons won't break.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, I'm kind of glad we
But
both
yeah,
had this game on here. I mean, it's such a
yeah,
good game. It deserves it.
Fire Emblem Awakening is my favorite 3DS.
Yeah, I think I have one above it. We'll get to that when I get to my next one, technically. But we'll go back to you. What's your number 7? Because that was your 8, right?
Okay, so this is another one where I'm gonna have to like stay silent on it now and later.
Oh, I know
No,
what it is. I know what it is. Fucking.
Sonic Adventure 2.
Oh my god. Yeah, no.
Yeah, like, what can I say besides it's fucking
I
my
just like to
favorite
see that
Sonic
on
game.
there.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
So, and
stay
it's gonna
silent on
come up
that for a
later.
while.
It's gonna come up later.
Way
So I'm
later.
gonna save it for that.
All right, Sonic Adventure 2 at 7. All right, Jay, what's your number 7?
Number 7.
We could have an entire episode on just the Sonic Adventure 2 placement.
Oh
We
my
have a
god.
Sonic. You can have an
Right.
episode on freaking just Sonic in general. Number 7. This is kind of. You know what? Let me just go ahead and I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Just throw it out for before someone comes and be like, I why not at this. Just for to get the fighting game out the way. Honorable mention Tekken 4 and Virtual Fighter 4. Just the content, the atmosphere of both games, the characters, Jin, karate, his karate moveset, the blue hoodie, just the style.
Wait, these
All
are
right.
both number 7 is what you're saying?
No, they just honorable mention. I'm throwing these out there because there's no other fighting games on this list beside those two. But like there's another game right there on that side. I'll just throw these out there honorable mentions just as real quick. Uh, just atmosphere characters, gameplay. I like the interactable levels in Tekken 4. Like you can hit people into side, like to the side. Like there's a parking lot level, you can hit people into like the what's those things called in the parking lot? Like those columns, that hold up the parking lot.
I have no idea what you're talking. You talking about pillars?
The pillar, yeah. You can knock people into that stuff. You can make them hit the ceiling and stuff. And everyone's story was really dark. It was pretty cool. And Virtual Fighter 4 is just like peak Virtual Fighter. That's just the graphic for the stages. That water stage, the water was crazy. Just quest mode was amazing. So those are. I'm just getting those fighting out the way. There's no other fighting games on this list, and
Okay.
you already talked about Smash. So that was that's the 3 on the list. But to get to the actual number 7, it's Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. This is hard to pick between that or Red Dead 1. Or GTA 4 because of memories. But I have like memories of my cousins playing that game. I like the story of San Andreas. CJ really isn't a psychopath if you think about it. Like him and Nico are like one of the only like sane people in the GTA games. Because CJ just wants reunite with his family after his mother died. But there's a bunch of stuff going on, and Tenpen's getting in his way and stuff like that. And the story branches out. Like as a kid, I was stuck in Grove Street, and I would cheat to the other areas because I felt like I couldn't. I didn't. I was a dumb little kid, and I felt like going there. And we didn't. Me and my cousins, we didn't. Unless an older cousin played or my dad played, we didn't get past missions like that. So we were stuck in Los Santos the entire time, just doing stuff. So I didn't know like the twist for a while. But when the twist happens and you get sent to the forest, that's just really cool to me how that happened, and it just turned into this grand story of CJ having to kind of go across the tri-state area and working with all these people to really save his family and save Grove Street. It's kind of cool how you kind of get it's kind of cool because you sort of build this respect up, and then that respect goes away because like what doesn't really go away in game, but it goes away like from a story standpoint because you can't go back a lot because what happened with CJ because you can't go back with Los Santos. You can go back, but like nothing's gonna happen. But like again, story purposes is saying you can't go back, right? But it's just really cool, and not to mention like the RPG mechanics, like going to the gym and eating and doing all this other stuff. Like GTA 5 doesn't even have this stuff. Like GTA 5 has a bigger map in like just mass, right? But GTA 5's map is not as diverse because you guys know how it is. Like it's like one big city,
Yeah.
one forest, like a one medium-sized forest, the desert, and a small city in the back, and like three-fifths of the map is just underwater, which is kind of cool, but also really stupid considering no one uses a submarine like that, except for like a couple of missions. But like it's not a tri-state area like GTA San Andreas. Like, the scope of GTA San Andreas is bigger because you have three big cities. Like you have three big cities, a giant desert, and a giant forest. It's like these country and hicks and hillbillies and stuff all in there. It's like you go to a different city, you go to another city, it's a whole different culture, it's a whole different everything. Because it's like San Francisco and Las Vegas, and then you got Santos, which is like Los Angeles and stuff like that. It's just really it's really incredible how much is in that game for the PS2. They pushed it to it's crazy because GTA pushed the limits when they already pushed the limits before. So that's why it's my favorite.
Yeah. That's actually a game I'm gonna play through soon because I bought it recently.
Bro,
Yeah.
if it doesn't have the sex money game, it's not top 10 material.
Also, the soundtrack.
PC
The soundtrack is the best GTA soundtrack for the rap stations alone.
Mm-hmm.
Ice Cube, Dr. Dre.
Oh yeah,
It has deep cover on there by
it has
Dr.
really
Dre, Snoop
fucking
Dogg.
solid voices.
You cannot look up deep cover like the specific with Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre on Spotify or even Apple Music.
Yeah,
but it's in that game. Yeah, I don't know why it's gone, but
I think there's
in
like
that
some kind of
game.
reason. I forgot why.
Yeah, I see it was a good day. Like it's just
Vice
part of
City's
it,
my personal favorite soundtrack because I'm really nostalgic for it. But
I think part of it because I grew up with that music a lot, so I'm just like that's why. But that game's awesome.
All right.
same for me with Vice City. I grew up with like Hall & Oates and shit.
Yeah, Vice City and San Andreas were pretty cool growing up with.
Yeah.
All right, Mitchell. What you got?
Yes.
Was this number 7?
Yes.
Son of a
Yes,
bitch.
no.
I know your Souls game is gonna be top 3 at least. It's not there. I don't know. It's gotta be Fallout.
Little free adventure.
A Fallout game, probably New Vegas, right?
That would be way higher.
Duh, I know. I just don't know what to guess.
So in the vein of San Andreas, in my number 7 is Saints Row 2. Saints Row 2, I think.
Oh yeah,
Probably is really fucking solid. I know a lot of people prefer Saints Row, the 3rd or 4.
They're wrong.
Which
Yeah, our God forbid, Allah forbid. They've got fucking Get Out of Hell.
oh god.
Yo, the people who have Gat Out of Hell in their top 10, we need to have a talk with.
It's funny because I've seen people that like the like 3 and 4, and they don't even like Get Out of Hell.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
But generally, I think Saints Row 2 typically gets a pretty bad rap. People think it was mainly just like a GTA clone. It was a GTA, a little bit. You feel me? But it was fucking. I like Saints Row 2. Like the story, I think is like a lot of really cool moments, and I just like the humor way more than the 3rd or 4. And there's just not really any kind of games that are doing what Saints Row 2 is doing. I mean, the new one seems to be going that route in terms of gameplay, not in terms of tone at all. But
No, I want
Not in
the
terms of
game. Well, not this hipster crap. It's not 2013 no more.
Yeah, but it's just there's just not a lot of games that are doing like that type of tone. It's like Saints Row 2 does, and I like it a lot. You know, it's fucking big part of my childhood. Probably one of the best like fucking open world sandboxes out there. It's fucking great. I
Yeah, the
love it.
map's really good in that game.
They fixed up the PC port now, so you can easily buy it.
Unfortunately,
What?
you can't get the fucking DLC still, though. That's
Yeah.
the
That's
unfortunate part.
rough.
I think. Yeah, I don't know. You still can't get
You
the
know,
DLC, so you got to get the PS3 shit. You got to get the PS3 if you want the DLC, but it is.
Coalition is pretty shit. But they were kind of goaded for just coming out of nowhere and be like, yeah, we're fixing the Saints Row 2 PC port for free.
Yeah.
They're gonna remaster it, but something happened.
Yeah, they were gonna remaster it, but like, there's a bunch of stuff with that. I don't even know where it's at right
There's
now.
probably some weird white shit with that game, to be honest.
Well,
Yeah, like
I don't think it was.
licensing things.
I don't think it was licensing stuff. It was just like the dude who's doing it like had some problems going on. I don't know where that's at right now, but
Because I was about to say, because they made that game under a different publisher before they got bought out by THQ Nordic, so I thought there was like shit with that. It's probably why they
No.
can't release a DLC.
yeah. I think it's just because whoever was doing it just like got some issues going on, and I don't know where it's at right now, but
Because it was like a fan they hired.
yeah, it was something like that. He's like, I remember he was going through like a response. I think he was sick or something. But yeah.
That was during COVID too, so he probably did.
Yeah, I don't know, but Saints Row 2 is fucking solid. I like it a lot. It's like one of my favorite open world sandboxes. It's fucking great. Too bad it's too bad the franchise is at where it's at now. But you know, maybe the gameplay will be enough for me. I don't know. I'll be optimistic.
Look, just play Gat Out of Hell a little bit and you'll feel better, okay?
Oh
Shut the
no!
fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
You like how
Yeah,
every
no.
cutscene that's a musical?
No.
It's such a good game. But yeah, no, Saints Row 2, I mean, yeah, it's a good game.
No.
I never really
Forgetting
played the
about my
story with
favorite
it,
game.
though.
Agents
yeah.
of Mayhem. But,
Oh, I forgot about
What
that
you gonna
one.
refund?
Agents of Mayhem. Yeah, no, fuck that. Fuck that shit. Moving on, Noah.
So what is this, number 6? So this is
Yes.
technically my favorite 3DS game. It's a Zelda game, right? I'm gonna tell you that. It was between Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. Really close. I literally would rather just put them both on here, but if I had to pick one, I'd give it to Ocarina. I mean, Ocarina of Time's a classic. It's really good. The 3DS version made it better because it looks better. You get to set up your inventory and work with it from the bottom screen. So when you're playing it like on an emulator, it's kind of weird, but if you play it like on an actual, 3DS, then you're playing the game and you're moving your stuff with the touchscreen. It's really cool. Ocarina of Time, like, I can't say anything that's gonna sound different from what other people have said. It's a classic. It's fun Zelda. I would put Majora's Mask over it. Personally, to me, I would, but I can understand that like the aspects of Majora don't bring it higher than Ocarina because it's easier to get into. And I mean, I've played Ocarina of Time so many times at this point that like I know where like the hidden shield is and how to skip certain sections of the game. It's so fun, man. Like I've played like once we're getting into the point where I've played all these games except for maybe one that's about to pop up multiple times, or I've played them so much that I just have them ingrained in my brain. And it's just Ocarina of Time, man. I've played it so many times. I just fucking love this game. I'm not gonna put it higher because this top 5 is about to be insane for me, but it's a really good game. Zelda games in general are
Also,
just super fun. So Ocarina of Time's so Ocarina of Time's number 6. It's a really good Zelda game. It's one of the best games of all time, and in my opinion, I can agree. That's why it's one of the highest rated too. It's good. There's not really much else to say about it.
Right.
So, my 6 through 1 is where you're
Brian,
gonna be able to
I
review,
swear
like,
to
book.
God, if your number 6 is another one that's on my list, I'm gonna kill you. I
What
swear
do you want?
to
What do you
God.
guess it? Guess it. Guess it.
I'm not gonna say because I'll be spoiling mine. Just tell me what it is. I'm gonna tell you if it's on my list.
Luigi's Mansion 1.
Okay, no, you're good. Never mind. No, you're
Okay.
good.
So yeah, I'm really nostalgic for this game because I used to play with my aunt like all the fucking time. Good. I lost my game when I got the King Boot, so I technically didn't beat it.
You've never beat
until I went
Luigi's
on
Mansion?
Vault
Oh, okay.
as a kid. as a kid. I went back on Dolphin.
I was gonna say
Um,
that's wild.
I think I 100%ed it. I don't remember. But yeah, I beat it. But yeah, this game is just like really fucking cool. It's based around one gimmick, but they add a lot of variety in terms of like environmental fucking things and fucking enemies and shit that make the one gimmick fleshed out. And it's just really fun. I like the atmosphere of the game. Two, especially two, and three, and even the 3DS port of Luigi's Mansion 1 do not nail the same it is like it's like an actual like horror mix with like the Mario shit and it actually attempts like it's child horror, but like it attempts to try and freak you out. You know what I mean? Like it attempts, not like fucking scared, but like creepy. And it's really cool. Like the game focuses a lot on like lighting that's pretty advanced for the time. It's really cool looking. Um, it's just like really fucking aesthetic. The music and everything. It's just nice. It's a very pleasant game, which is weird to say, but about
Yeah.
like a fucking game supposed to be like creepy, but
Not, I mean,
it's really pleasant. I love it to death.
I totally agree with you. I mean, I wouldn't put it on my top 10, but like all the bosses are super creative in that game too. Luigi's Mansion's really good.
They went hard on that game. Like they went really hard.
Like unnecessarily hard on that game.
Yeah.
They were like, guys, we don't have a Mario game for the release of our console. Just go really
Yeah.
hard on this Luigi game.
Yeah, and not to like turn this to a negative, it kind of sucks how they never matched that again. I think Luigi's Mansion 3 is a really good game, but it doesn't hit the same itch that like it doesn't scratch the itch of what I want from Luigi's Mansion. I think it's really good though.
Oh yeah,
Luigi's
no,
Mansion
it's
2 sucks dick.
yeah, 3 is really
But
good. It just doesn't quite get to 1's heights, and that could be nostalgia talking a
yeah.
little bit, but I just think 1 in general just does it
Well,
really well.
I think for 3 they're going with a different thing. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They're not trying to go for 1. They're trying to do their own thing, which I respect. It's way better than what they were trying to do with 2.
Mhm.
Way. But like I enjoy how every floor of the hotel in 3 is like a completely different area and shit. Like that's really cool. Like they're all gimmicked levels and all that. It's cool. But yeah, it just doesn't hit the same amount, of charm as 1 for me.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing quite like Luigi screaming Mario's name hysterically.
You have a button for it.
It's the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
But
I agree with
yeah,
you.
that's
On
my
that.
number 6.
All right, Jay, what you got? Number 6.
Okay, number 6. Let me just throw out a couple honorable mentions for this spot. Just real quick. Not only like on a detail, I'm just gonna say it. Just honorable mentions. Titanfall 2, F-Zero GX, and bro, I just had this in my mind. I'm about to throw my head off a building.
Yeah, see, that's why you write it down.
I didn't write down honorable mentions, but I had it in my head. I was like, oh, I gotta mention this. Oh yeah, Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Those are all great games that could have been on this list, but like I keep like rotating, but it's hard to make these lists because like I don't know. I end up making it. I don't want to make a top 20, but number 6 is Final Fantasy 7, and this is like probably no surprise. People in here, I made like almost a 3-hour video on the damn game, but like I'll say this, when you play like Final Fantasy, you start playing through the series, there is not a game like the other. Like it's not like Dragon Quest where like you got kind of like most games have like similar gameplay but different story and you know what you get into. It's like something different. You play Final Fantasy 8, it's like completely different, sometimes worse. But FF7, just the world, the world you explore, the characters, Cloud as a character, which he gets like misunderstood as a character a lot in media for a while until like remake came out. Just just the battle system and materia system, how you can break it if you know what you're doing, and rewarding you, and like just in general, the constant progression of the story. There's one thing about you can appreciate about FF7, and it's the pace of it. They're not gonna lie, there's not slow moments because like Walking Market is pretty slow, but for the most part, the pace is very consistent. It's a system that is like that has like something to offer, but it's not too complicated or too annoying to use, like FF8s, with the material system that so like you can enjoy it essentially, right? But you can still, if you want to go deeper, you can go deeper in it. I mentioned the characters again. I'll say it again. The characters, especially Cloud, Tifa, Barrett, Red, 13, Sid, pretty much everybody except for Kate Sith. 'Cause Kate Sith fucking sucks. But just in general, it was like the RPG really put RPGs on the map, because I know a lot of people, like to say that this is a bit like I don't know. I haven't seen it that much, because most older guys who were into RPGs are like, yeah, I was in RPGs and no one cared until like FF7. Like, I was playing Fantasy Star too. Like mostly older guys were like, they're like older than me, older than all of us, because they're like more in like the 80s. But like when FF6 came out, and I know people like that one a lot, that game did not sell well. Like I watched a video on it. That game did not sell well. It sold decent, and like it was almost to the point where they weren't going to localize the games anymore. And it was FF7 that changed that. Dragon Quest already stopped doing localization because they were behind, and the games were just selling abysmally. The RPGs were just not doing well in the States until FF7 came out. And I think the reason why, because of all that, not just because like the fancy, advertisement, but like just because of the way the game's paced, the story, the world, like you just don't see it. Like everyone thought it was gonna be these high fantasy games, but this is actually an industrial, sort of a mix of a futuristic industrial revolution mixed with some fantasy elements. Like it was so different from what people thought an RPG could be, that they enjoyed it, and I think that's what the style of it to this day is unmatched. I like the remake; it's good, but nothing's really beating the original. Oh, and the music too. Music just goes.
Yeah, FF7 music slaps. It's pretty good.
I should play it.
Well, yeah.
And then when you play it,
FF7 very aesthetic. it's a very okay. It's weird to say because it's a very dark game, but it's a really
that's what I like
comfy
about
game.
it.
It's
I
really
like
comfy.
the darkness. That's what I mean. I like the darkness in it. The way it's like portrayed. Where like planets dying, and some people are just straight up like, yeah, this planet's fucked. Kind of like how we are right now, but some people just say,
Yeah, it's almost like FF7 was an allegory.
Trying to tell a lot of
What
messages.
was going on? I wonder what it was based on. Huh?
And it's funny because like I'll say that Sephiroth is like the final villain, but the causes of how he becomes that villain all ties back to Shinra, and Shinra is the cause of every problem.
Yeah.
Like in the game, which is I thought I like looking at that, I was like, that's pretty cool, because you may think they get like just usurped by Sephiroth because comes in and like he steals the show, and he does. He has his own motivations, but they're like I said, that all this was caused because of Shinra's experiments and just a bunch of dumb stuff. Everybody in the party was affected by Shinra in some way, that they started fighting them. And like even though, like I said, Sephiroth is kind of like the last of that sin that Shinra committed, and they just kind of had to finish him off at that point after they destroyed it. But it was destroyed Shinra, but it was and Hojo kind of represents everything wrong with it. Because fuck Hojo, by the way, disgusting.
Hojo is the biggest piece of shit imaginable.
Disgusting ass fucking.
Like actually, that Square made the perfect fucking character because they wanted you to hate him, and they fucking did that perfectly.
And they need to. And
literally, when he's introduced, you just fucking despise him.
And I'm just being real. Nowadays, everyone wants his villainous. Like they think like a villain is more layered. They have like if they're like sympathetic. And I'm just like, I mean, like I think people gotta understand a mindless villain is different from a villain who's just plain evil, like a Frieza or something like that. I want more villains where you just hate them because they're just evil like that. Because
like the depth of FF7's villains is like you said, it comes down to like the layers of like fucking how far deep down the Shinra shit goes to where like it's like this corporate fucking ladder that has fucking ruined the earth, and like the fucking corporate ladder itself has committed fucking sins that are unimaginable. So it's like the layers is like sort of like, I guess you could say in a way it's like the conspiracy theory of like how fucking far they truly go.
Hojo was like Hojo was the true nature of Shinra,
Yeah.
Sephiroth is the actual sin
Yeah.
Shinra approach up like being sent upon Earth.
It's a very
Like
political
yeah,
fucking game because of that. Because it's very
or Gaia.
anti-capitalist.
Yes, it's a lot in the game. It's so much in the game that like you don't really notice until you like play it. I mean, you can always get, hey, I'm gonna play my channel again. Go watch the 2 hour video I fucking made on it where I talk about this stuff.
This is all this
But
podcast is to Jay. It's just a fucking
yes,
show
yes,
for his
I plug
channel.
every. I'll
Yeah, yeah, chill.
plug,
Yeah,
chill.
hold on. Let me show my Twitter at Shinchie56798.
Yeah.
I'm at
Chill.
like 608 followers as
Oh
this
my
recording.
god, get
alright.
out of here.
No, I'm gonna need you all to get me to 1,000. That would be
Brian over here, like,
awesome.
let me just
Yeah.
float my numbers. I'm so cool. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I am cool. I am based.
Oh god,
I'm
I
a
just
baddie,
farted.
right?
Yeah, I bet you did, Mitchell.
But yeah, I mean, FF7's a good game though. I haven't played it, but I mean, it looks good. You always hear good
I
things
should
about it.
probably play it.
Yeah, I should
Jay
probably
got
play
it.
it too. I'm
You
just
should.
lazy.
I need to
I
beat
bought
it.
Mitchell.
Yeah, Jay got
I
it
need
for
to
me.
I
actually
bought
beat
Mitchell.
it.
I own it.
Hey, you feel me? Hey, well, I'm getting to it.
I
to
own
it.
FF7 on Steam. I just haven't gotten to
I
it.
own 3 copies of FF7, the actual game physically on Steam and on like fucking PS4 or Switch.
I own the Switch copy. I own the PS4 copy, PS5 copy. I own the PS1 copy. I own, which is getting expensive. I don't know why it's getting expensive, but it's like $40 now. And I own, well, I gotta get the PC copy someday for mods, but some of the mods are weird.
I'm gonna have to beat it. But I like that game a lot.
Has 3 copies of the game. Hasn't beaten it.
I
Yeah,
beat 3 times.
yeah.
Bro,
Actually, I
that's-
also have a copy on PS Classic. So
that's like
5.
me having Sonic Mania on 3 different consoles, but I beat it on every single console.
Yeah.
You didn't beat it on every single
See,
console.
Mania, yeah.
when I was
No,
when I was at the arcade for fighting game locals the other day, I saw Mega Man 11 on Switch for $15. I was totally considering buying it and beating it in like 2 hours, so I could say I bought Mega Man fucking 4 times and fucking beat it 4 times.
Oh my
like that.
god.
Okay, well, I beat it more than 4 times. I beat in that game, like, when that game came out, I legit played it, like, straight from, like, October to, like, February or some shit, just, like, beating that game. So, like, I don't know how many times I really did, to be honest, but it's a lot. It's over 15. I'm gonna be 100. It's probably over.
Yeah, you were kind of obsessed with that, but yeah. So
Yeah.
FF7.
It was the first new Mega Man game in a while. I had to do it. All right.
Mitchell, what's your number 6?
All
Bring
right,
it
no,
home.
this should be one of the easiest ones.
There's no way it's the Souls game. There's no way it's at 6. I don't believe you.
No,
It's not.
I'll give you 3. I'll give you 3 tries. Okay, because this is one of the easiest ones.
Oh my
All right.
god, I hate you so much. Is it a Sonic game?
No,
No.
that's
is
one
it
down.
is it GTA?
No, fuck no.
Oh, is it Oblivion?
Okay, no,
Dang! I thought I was right on that one. I was confident.
no. Okay, it's Morrowind. No.
Oh, wrong one.
I
So
had a
close. I
fucking
was so
feeling.
close. I was so
I had a
close.
fucking feeling
Oh.
it was gonna be moving.
I was like, it's gonna be an
So-
Elder Scrolls. Which one though? Oh,
You know, I decided I'm doing one. Per series. All right.
I should say I had a feeling it was going to be Morrowind in this spot specifically. I knew it was coming. I just felt like it was.
I had to have. I kept it to one. Per series. Because if we were gonna do like, I'd be having like fucking Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Bloodborne. No, we're not doing that shit. All right. Fucking. But yeah, it's Morrowind here. Okay. If I'm like, I played it recently. By recently, I mean probably like, like over a year ago at this point.
Yeah.
But, like, I got, like,
the history.
Yeah, I think it was over a year ago.
Mhm.
But fucking, like, I played it recently, I guess. I don't have the history that I have with it, like with Oblivion or Skyrim. But it's just out and out a fucking better game. Like I could not imagine myself playing vanilla Oblivion nowadays or vanilla Skyrim nowadays. I'm gonna be real with you. I could not I would be fucking bored out on my fucking mind. Morrowind, I played it, and outside of like the shit to make sure it runs, like runs fine
because it's a
fucking
old PC game.
it's an old ass PC game.
Yeah.
It fucking holds up. It holds up really well, honestly. Like it does the fucking whole Elder Scrolls formula the best out of the ones I played, which is fucking Skyrim, Oblivion, and Morrowind. It encourages exploration, the best out of all of the games. Not having fucking fast travel markers. I know that some people, would be shitting and pissing themselves at the mere thought of that, but honestly, it's not that bad. You just fucking they tell you a place. Usually, you can figure it out pretty easily, and if you don't, you get to find a fucking cool cave that's got a cool weapon or some shit in it, and it's sick. It's a sick experience, okay? I don't need to have a quest marker telling me where the fucking misplaced fucking stick is, all right? I don't.
Here he goes.
I don't. No, I need some directions, okay? And I can find some cool shit along the way. That's part of the
You need
experience.
Why
environmental
don't you go
storytelling.
outside and find some directions?
Like two skeletons.
Yeah,
the two skeletons.
The poop man tells you that like you can find his dildo in a dinosaur's mouth, and then like you see a dinosaur plushie in his room with a dildo in its environment.
Wait a minute. What was that? What was that mean?
But in general, it's a lot fucking it's a lot tighter of an experience in the later games.
I gotta understand. Mitchell was the type of person.
Did I do this? Did I do this when you were fucking going on about your fucking ancient, fucking obscure ass PS2 game that fucking no one has ever fucking heard of, that no one has ever fucking played? No, I didn't. I kept my mouth shut. I kept my mouth shut. So you're gonna keep your mouth shut while I lecture. I lecture like a boomer. Okay, like a boomer. These children. All right, about the quest markers.
Oblivion is way better.
Oblivion is not way better. We barely played it.
I played
Oblivion
it a lot.
Is ass cheeks, booty.
Oh
right,
my
that's
God,
not
What
we're
I was
back
trying to
to
say
this again.
was that
Not
Mitchell.
true.
But I'm just saying that Mitchell is the type of person who is locked out of a room, right? And he's searching the room, and he sees like a dead rat that spit out a chunk of a piece of paper that got torn off of a larger.
Oh,
piece
like
of
in
paper.
Oblivion, like the intro to Oblivion, you haven't played, where the rats burst through the fucking door that you wouldn't know because you haven't played it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
It has a code for the door, and Mitchell's getting hyped because he had to immerse himself to find the fucking piece of paper. And he's like, it's that one thing.
Well, I'll fucking keep this in mind. I'll keep this in mind when we start talking about Sonic.
What's wrong with
I'll
wanting to
keep this.
immerse
I'll
yourself in the
keep this in mind
experience?
when you start talking about Sonic. Don't worry. I'll keep this in mind, and I'll get my revenge. I'll remember. All right, because I didn't speak up.
Let Mitchell.
I didn't speak up. I didn't speak up. I didn't say shit. I didn't say shit. And now it's on. Okay, now it's on. I'll be ready. I'll be prepared next time.
Children
is far better of an experience than Skyrim or Oblivion.
No,
partially because, okay, they don't fucking like a big problem in Oblivion is this level scaling, right?
Sorry, you couldn't find.
You start when you are playing the start of Oblivion, okay, when it's completely the same as when you're playing the fucking end of the goddamn game, okay? Because everything is fucking scaled up. So, like, your experience is gonna be ass when you're fucking hacking away at a fucking ogre with a fucking Daedric sword. It's got inflated health pools because they didn't balance the game correctly. Morrowind is peak. It's peak.
Oblivion is better.
It's not better.
It is.
Oh my God.
Who was the main character of Oblivion?
The Daedric King, of course.
Damn, really shut
I'm
you
just
down.
gonna let it sit on that. I'm just gonna let it sit on that. I'm just gonna let it sit on the Daedric King.
So this would be the time that we would move on to. This will be the time that we move on to the number 5, but we are over time at this point. So I think what we're
Yeah.
gonna do, we made a little suggestion about this off.
Then we cut it out
off time,
because
yeah.
you're not allowed to hear it.
Exactly, off screen.
This is our private discussion, fuckers.
So exactly. So we're gonna cut it at 5, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back next week, and we're going to go through our top 5 because I can already tell you, based off of the little bit that we've heard and the little bit that we can assume about each other's list, that 1 through 5 or 5 through 1, however you want to say it, is gonna be like an intense 1.5 to 2 hour session. I can already tell you.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna remember. I'm gonna remember. I'm gonna fucking remember.
So,
I
I
shut
think-
my
so-
fucking mouth. I shut my trap.
what we're gonna
I
do?
guess
We're,
my-
we're-
I was
I'll let you
respectful.
explain it.
I
you
was
explain it.
respectful. I was respectful.
I'll let you explain the
No,
whole.
it's too late. It's too
okay.
late. It's
So
happening, Jay.
Before these two get into
I'm
any more,
gonna get you.
I think from
I'm
here,
going to get you.
children. I think from here we're gonna end the episode. So pretty good though. We got through 10 through 6, and next week we'll go through 5 through
Hey,
1.
Noah.
Yeah.
Noah, that end it off. End it off.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
What time did the man go to the dentist?
Oh my God! What time?
2:30.
Thank you for watching the episode. We'll see you
Can
guys
I'll
next week.
remember.
Finish it off
Check
next
check
time?
the link in the
I'll
description.
remember.
Bye.
I'm going to